First Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. All right, and before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom. All right, peace, blessings, salutations to you, hopefully elect. All right, and just through the spirit once again. My spirit was immediately sparked to do this. Because I was watching a certain brother. I forgot who it was the other day. And the brother basically made a statement about how, because this is something that I noticed through the spirit oftentimes when the Lord has it to where his spirit is on certain of the apostles and elders and brothers on down to get on reoccurring topics, because it's just like through the spirit, it's all in sync through the spirit. Today brother might do a video dealing with a woman or a few brothers, right? And then the next day a few other brothers might do videos going into women, and then the next day a few brothers and that's just dealing with the woman. But nevertheless, just in general, certain topics, it may be like a reoccurring topic. It's just like the spirit is on brothers to get on certain topics, all at once. Like I said, it's like a brothers be through the spirit in sync and in tune. All right, and going back to what I was saying about a certain brother, again, I forgot who it was that mentioned his statement about how you see it, because basically, the Lord, he does that for a reason. He does that for a purpose. All right, because at the end of the day, judgment is getting ready to come down. All right, and it's just one of those things. It's just like, the topic of women is the spirit is getting on women, to basically get right. All right, because I did a video the other day going into how, hey, the society teaches us. It might have been a video I posted on my backup channel, but as a matter, well, Lord willing, this video doesn't get cut down, because certain topics, there's and certain subjects there, those behind the YouTube algorithms may be super sensitive, because we know for the most part a lot of who is watching these videos and taking these channels down and whatnot, for the most part a lot of them are women. So nevertheless, Lord wanting this stays up, but again, because the spirit of the Lord is like he's getting on the women again, because with everything that's going on right now, that's when it comes to blackouts and just prophecy in general. All right, because it's like, the Lord, he gives that last ditch effort to just, hey, whoever needs to hear the word, man, hey, you better get it. you better get it. We better get it, because the time is going to come when, hey, it's going to be too late. And once it's too late, man, it's no coming back. It's no, that's it from there. But nevertheless, man, just brought this out because, as I was saying, or as I mentioned the other day, about how this society it teaches us that women are basically the prize, and the society teaches us to have a sensitive spot towards women and children, for that matter. But you see, when it comes down to the Heavenly Father's program, the Lord doesn't give a damn about none of that. All right, you see, because in the days to come, men, women, and children, from the old to the young, are going to get judged. The Lord, he's no respecter of person. All right, and if you are outside of that selected few that was predestined to obtain salvation, then you are not going to make it. Because we often talk about the elect, all right, and even more so the elect men, but you do have certain women that are slated to make it, they were predestined to be saved, all right, but that's going to come in order, in an orderly fashion, you see, because there ain't gonna be no women basically getting preserved and right in the kingdom. She's just gonna be living in some studio apartment, some studio castle, palace or whatever, and just doing bad by herself, quote unquote. No, that's not gonna take place, all right, because for the most part, hey, women are gonna get saved through a man, all right, you see, through an Israelite man at that, a man of the Lord. That's how the women are going to get saved. You see? So that's why, again, in 1 Timothy 2:15, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. All right? And what's the act of childbearing? Hey, that's the act of sex. You see? Which the act of sex it consummates a marriage. All right? Unlike what Esau teaches in this society, where basically, you do a piece of paper. All right, that's what that doesn't constitute marriage. Not, at least not in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You see. All right, and even more so, the scriptures tell us not to make covenants with the heathen, and going down to the courthouse or whatever, and signing that contract or that piece of paper. That's basically making covenant with the heathen. So, the actual act of marriage. All right, it comes through the act of sex. You see, so in that day, hey, a lot of women are going to be coming up to a man of the Lord, you see, in need and want of protection because of what's coming down the pipes. All right, the shit that's getting ready to pop off out here, and again, this was only slated to a select few. All right, because hey, listen, to you women out there, hey, it wasn't easy for the men. It wasn't easy for brothers. It's not easy for brothers. How much more you women? You see, because again, you women are only going to be saved when you read on. It says, if they continue in faith and charity and holy, well, through the Spirit. Let's just break this down real quick, because it said, if they continue in faith. You see, because again, women in this society, they've been taught that they are the prize. You women been taught that you are the prize, right? So when a man, especially when it comes to a man of the Lord, a man of Yahweh Shemel Shai, when it comes down to him, being the man and making certain decisions, all right, and you have a problem with it, it leads to such and such, all right, and this is why most women have all type of problems, or most relationships don't work, man, because this whole westernized feminism, I don't need no man, I can do bad by myself, right, so on and so forth, but hey, when it comes down to it, ultimately and quite frankly, Yahweh Bashim Shai is strictly dealing with the men, all right? And if you more so have a man of Yahweh Bashim Shai, listen, the Spirit is on him, and you just got to trust his decision-making process, because through the Spirit, he's only going to make decisions based off the Spirit, all right? You got to understand, to you women, you got to understand, you got to understand, because that when it comes to that Israelite man, he's your meal ticket. He's your ticket to salvation. Just like Yahweh Shai is our ticket to salvation. All right, Yahweh Shai is our only way to pleasing the Heavenly Father. Right. Well, you got a lot of women talking about how, hey, Jesus is my husband. Right. You just straight up try to bypass the order of things. All right, because again, Yahweh Shemel Shai is not dealing with your women. Point blank period. All right, he's dealing with the men. All right, and you have to go through that proper channeling process. Because you want to please ya. If you want to please Yahweh Shema Shai, then hey, you got to please your husband. Just like if we want to please the Heavenly Father, hey, we have to please Yahweh Shai. That's just a natural order of things, right? So when it comes down to, like I said, his decision making, hey, you know, that's how you show forth your faith. That's how you please Yahweh Shema Shai. You gotta, you know, please your man. You gotta serve your man. All right. And I'll just say this, because even if you don't have a man of the Lord, you might have a 2/3 nigga. Well, hey, you still are under that order. You still are obligated to serve him. And one of two things are going to happen. Hey, through your acts, he could be saved, or quite frankly, the Lord is going to remove him out of the way, and the Lord will eventually bring you to a man of the Lord. Because, you know, once your husband, once he dies, you know, technically you're freed from the law. So, you know, you can marry again. So if you're dealing with a no good 2/3 nigga, again, he's either going to be converted through your acts, or, you know, just through the Spirit, however it plays out. He might be converted, or the Lord's just going to replace him. The Lord's going to remove him and, you know, bring you over to a man of the Lord. You see, because that's what's getting ready to happen. A lot of death, you know, a lot of death. And that's the Spirit. Because I wanted to do a video touching on just the mass death that's getting ready to come out here, man. And I might somehow through the Spirit, you know, tie it in what I originally wanted to touch on as far as the mass death that's getting ready to happen. I might tie it into this video. We'll just see how the Spirit plays it. But that's going to because in that day to come, a lot of women are going to be looking for helpers. A lot of women are going to be looking for that protection. Again, we're in a society where women think that they don't need a man. And okay, as a lot of us be saying, keep that same energy, keep that same attitude when it's all said and done, and see how far you get. And I'll just tell you, you're not going to get far. You see, but like it says again, it says if they continue in faith and charity. You see, because hey, we're living in a society where, again, you know, everything is catered to the women. All right, now it's not the woman's lot to be out there on the front lines, teaching, reading scriptures. You got these so-called Israelite sisters out there in Walmarts, catch themselves prophesying or whatever the case may be. That's not your lot for you women. It's not your lot. All right, but nevertheless, if you want to contribute, if you want to, you know, again, serve Yahweh Shema Shai. Listen, if you don't have a man of the Lord, then for one, sit back and wait. All right. Again, if you're sincere in the Lord, he will lead you to a man of the Lord. So just sit back and wait. But as of right now, hey, because like I said, in charity, you know, because again, we're in a society where, hey, you know, this society that's catered towards women. So with that being said, hey, there's other ways to contribute. You know, you can pay tithes, give alms, all right, to certain, you know, camps. You know, you know, you can give tithes to certain of the apostles, certain elders. You know, whatever particular camp that you know or just through, you know, different camps spread abroad. But not even. You can you know, there's certain sisters out there that you know, they make garments for brothers, make jewelry. You know, hey, share brothers' videos. You know, there's different ways you can contribute. And again, these works that we all commit when it comes to the Akim and Akwath, it's not going to go unnoticed. At least not for the elect. It's not going to go unnoticed. But you have to have faith in that. You see, that's the thing, because that's the first thing it said. It said, hey, if you continue in faith, in charity, right? Reading on, it says, in holiness with sobriety. So, like I said, hey, just sit back and wait. Just you know, because another thing, hey, listen, you know, to you sisters out there, to you women, you know, because hey, listen, I'm gonna just say it, you know, hey, brothers are again, we're in a society where things are catered to the women, all right, to you women, and we're in a society where, you know, that the odds are stacked against brothers, so brothers are going through it, you know, and hey, if you know, if needs be, hey, make yourself available for brothers, man. You know, you can. I've heard certain brothers you know, over time talk about how, hey, listen, you don't have to, you know, I mean, there's just a way to go about certain things. If you see a particular brother that, and let me make this clear first and foremost, because, hey, listen, because, you know, a lot of, again, a lot of sisters, a lot of you sisters, man, you know, a lot of you want to, you see certain camps and you see the head speaker or the head brother, the camper, and, you know, you know, he might not be for you, all right? You know, the Lord might have it to where, hey, the brother that's holding the signs, the brother that speaks less, the brother that might be behind the camera, that might be your husband, man. So, you know, don't be trying to pick and choose and be choosy and, oh, I want him. I like that way he dresses. I like the, nah, man, the hell with all that. All right. You see, you see a particular brother that catches, and it's all through the spirit. All right. Because, you know, you see a particular brother that catches your attention. Hey, you know, shoot a comment on the comment board. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be a new video. You know, go back through the brother's you know, videos. You know, and, you know, hit him up on one of his older videos. You know, a video that he might have did 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and just let him know that, hey, you know, leave your email or something, and you know, try to get, you know, make yourself available for the brother, man. Because like I said, brothers are going through a lot. You know, and hey, as much as it appears that we hate women, because that's another stigma amongst great millstone brothers, man, is that we hate women, which is quite the opposite. All right, we actually love women. You know, a lot of us, most of us, if not all of us, we have mothers, daughters, sisters. You know, some of us have wives, and that's another thing that a lot of you women, hey, you gotta, you know, you gotta deal with the fact that, hey, brothers is gonna be, you know, brothers deal with multiple women. You know, in most cases, because some brothers is like the scripture say, man, it's, though it's not unlawful, um, um, nevertheless it's not expedient. You know, it's not unlawful for a brother to be dealing with multiple women, but is it smart? Is it wise? And every brother's situation is different. Every case is different, but, you know, to each his own. So that's another pill that, you know, a lot of sisters have to deal with. Hey, that brother's going to be, you know, deal with multiple women, other women. Going back to how, hey, I did a video on this some months ago, like, hey, man, you know, we are the Heavenly Father's bride. You know, hey, to put it like this, the Heavenly Father, he's in a polygamous, Salaki, he's in a polygamous, all right, because there's a difference between polygamy and polygyny, all right. So the Heavenly Father is in a polygamous relationship, all right, because remember, there's 144,000 men. We are likened unto the Heavenly Father's woman, all right. And there's 144,000 men. So with that being said, hey, there's, you know, and that's something that we learn through the spirit, you know, that, hey, the Heavenly Father, he's, you know, because the Lord, a man, he's not going to deal with all his wives at one time, you know, however many wives that he has, he's not going to deal with them all at once, you know. And basically, long story short, you just got to wait your turn. Just like with the Heavenly Father, with us, with the Heavenly Father, you know, hey, the Heavenly Father, he's dealing with, you know, different wives at different times, man. He's dealing with different brothers at different times. So we just basically, we got to wait our turn. And it's likewise, you women, you got to wait your turn. You see, but hey, that's because I see that because just through the spirit, that's going to be a major stumbling block for a lot of women. I can see it. You know, I can see it. That's going to be a stumbling block for a lot of women. The whole Isaiah 4:1 thing. Well, in that day, hey, that shit's going to go out the door. All right, and you're gonna find it out either the hard way or the easy way. You know, the choice is yours. One way or the other, you're gonna find that out. And for a majority, it's gonna be too late. You know, but hey, and that's to balance it out, because you do have some women out there. They're like, hey, man, listen, I don't care who you deal with. Just, you know, I just want to you know, come up under their. I just want to come up under your vibration. I just want to contribute to your enterprise. You know, I just want to, you know. You do have a handful of women now. Where are they at? I don't know. You know, I'm not one of those brothers that gossip like that, but they're out there. All right, to balance it out, they're out there. You know, but before I get on with this, I'm gonna play this quick clip of about a 40-50 second clip. You know, because this is what's coming to America real soon. All right, and it's not gonna be this PG. All right, because as I always say, America's about to be the worst rated R movie of all time. Because, you know, what this patrol agent or whatever, what he's basically about to explain, because this is what's going on ever since these, you know, so-called illegal immigrants have been coming over, focusing mostly on the women and just what they got to go through. All right. Again, this is a PG version, because what's coming here to America ain't gonna be no, for the most part, man, it ain't gonna be no walk in the park. All right. A lot of women are about to get taken against their will, ravished, raped. All right. And the scriptures talk about that. It's part of the four sword judgments. A lot of people, especially you women and children, are going to be taken against your will, held in captivity, used as sex slaves. All right. You're going to be a commodity. You're going to become a spoil, a booty of war, man, a spoil of war. And because that's what it's going to take. You see, again, we're in a society where these women think that they're the prize. Well, listen, when that time comes, you're going to revert back to your natural nature, all right, which is being a possession. And it sounds harsh or cruel or whatever, but hey, thus saith the scriptures. Let me get that real quick in Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to say that again. You women are going to revert back to your natural nature, all right? You're going to go back to your nature, man, which is being a possession to a man, right? So I'm going to get this. Bear with me real quick. Because you see, the thing about this society, all right, and this is why a lot of women are miserable. You see, because I'll say this for the most part, there's certain things, it comes natural to a woman, but because you've been taught differently, all right, you've been raised differently, and this is why a lot of women end up, just growing up, just being miserable, right? And then eventually later on down the line, when it's too late for you, basically, you're all washed up and whatnot, you get to that point, that realization, like, man, like I should have done this, I should have, because like I said, it's in you, but you've been taught to fight against your nature, all right? A woman's nature is to want to serve a man. There's a certain pleasure, there's a certain level of satisfaction that comes with when a woman, when she just, puts a smile on his face, when she's pleasing a man, all right? There's a certain level of satisfaction that comes with that for a woman, because that's your nature. You see, that's your nature, but you've been taught to fight against that. So that's why, again, a lot of you're miserable, right? But Ecclesiasticus 36. Ecclesiasticus 36 and verse 24. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. So you see, a wife and woman, it's interchangeable, So you get a wife, you get a woman, to you women out there, you are his possession. Whether it sounds cruel, harsh, or whatever, right? It is what it is. All right. We were created to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. Likewise, you women, you were created to serve us, the men. You see, it says a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. You see, man, but again, you women have been taught to fight against your nature. So, and when it comes down to it, that's why you're going to revert back to your nature and be in a possession. All right, shutting the hell up and, coming up under his vibration. You women are going to be begging the man of the Lord to take you on. And you see, it's even more, because, hey, listen, and it sounds cruel, harsh, or whatever, again, but hey, the truth is truth, and the truth hurts. All right, because hey, for the most part, women and children, for the most part, man, especially in that day when all hell's break loose, man, you're gonna be a burden. Because that's what, and this is why, like the apostles always stress, like, hey, it's better to just be by yourself. It's better to be by yourself. Hey, when Job called out of hell, right? A part of his afflictions, because Job lost everything except his wife. Why do you think that is, man? I don't think that was a mistake, you know, because hey, that was a part of his affliction, you know, and you know it was a so-called black woman in his ear talking shit, right? That was a part of his affliction. You see, that was a part of his burden, a part of what he had to deal with it. You see, man, and hey, like I said, in that day, women and children, hey, gonna be a burden, and that's why you're gonna have to come with your A game, man. You woman, you're gonna have to come with it, and you're gonna find that out. All right. That's why when you read on the verse 25, it says, "Where no hedges, there the possession is spoiled." You see, because again, for you women, who you think your hedge is gonna be? It's gonna be the men, an Israelite man. All right, the men of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Just like Yahweh Shai is our hedge. All right, hey, you know, you woman, that Israelite man, he's going to be your hedge of protection. All right, and if you don't have no hedge, then hey, you're just gonna be left out there. You're just gonna be left out there, man. And you know, taken and ran through, no protection, no guard, no nothing, just out there like a lost sheep. Right? It says, and he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. Right? And again, you women, you're gonna come to find that out, that you are a possession. All right, and you're going to be looking for that hedge. You're going to be looking for that protection, you know, and we see it now, you know. I know, at least I see it. I see it, man. You know, these women, man, they're more and more, you know, they're being extra nice, and especially the black woman. I've been telling brothers this over the weeks, you know, because I'm not one. It took me one Judite, all right, in the spiritual, because I just put my business out there. Hey, listen, I've only been with as far as, you know, sexual intimacy. I've only been with 2 women, you know, and the woman that I'm with right now, all right, hey, she's an Ephraimite, all right, but the first woman that I ever been with, as far as wifing up or whatever, it was a Judite woman, you know. Hey, listen, this to show you how cold the Lord is. Hey, that's all it took for me to know that Eve ain't shit. That was dealing with one Ephraimite woman and one Judite woman. That was enough for me to know that Eve ain't shit. And this was before I even started watching the Apostles, man. You know, you see. So with that being said, like I said, because I tell brothers almost every week, man, like, listen, man, y'all, you know, man, leave Judah alone. And Ephraim, listen, Ephraim, I always say, Ephraim is nothing but a nigga woman with an accent. You know, they're damn nearly the same. So leave them alone, man. You better get you a concubine. I always tell brothers, get you a Shedemite, all right, or get you a Moabite or an Ammonite, man. Don't leave Judah alone. Leave Eve alone. You know, it only took me one Judite and one Northern Kingdom and one Southern Kingdom to figure that out before I started watching the Apostles, man. You know, leave Eve alone. But with that being said, because, you know, over the months, and again, like I was said, I've been telling brothers this, man, like, man, I've been to a point where, you know, I've almost kind of been letting up on Judah, man. I've almost been letting up on the Southern Kingdom. Like, I might give them a chance until I saw the Apostle Gabar. He did the video not too long ago, maybe like 3 months back or so, going into, he was getting on Judah, you know, the Southern Kingdom, all right. But he did a video, that video, man, he was really more so getting on brothers that want to deal with the so-called black woman. Like, what is your problem? You know, the apostle was going in like, man, you brothers need to have love for yourself. You don't have no respect for yourself if you want to deal with the so-called, man. The apostle was going in. And like I said before that, I was in the spirit like, man, you know, I might give Judah a chance, you know. Because Judah, believe it or not, even the Southern Kingdom, they're coming to their senses. Like this, you know, more and more Southern Kingdom women are being extra nice, and you know, so this is like, man, you know, I might loosen up and give him a chance. But ever since I saw that video by the apostle, man, I'm like, you know what, I'm good. You know, I'm staying where I'm at, sticking to my principles, man, sticking to my guns. So, you know, to each his own. Nevertheless, to each his own. You know. But I'm gonna get this real quick in Isaiah 1:8. It says, and the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. So basically, long story short, without that hedge of protection, All right, just, you know, a lot of women are just gonna be left out there, just, you know, help me, and you know, like the king told that one woman, all right, you know, during that siege, man, hey, if the Lord can't help you, what do you want me to do? And that's gonna be, hey, a lot of brothers are gonna come in that cold-hearted spirit, like, man, what you want me to do? I can't do nothing for you. I got enough problems that I got enough problems as it is. Because like I said, brothers are gonna be taking women on in that day, and children, but it's gonna come on a lot of baggage, and that's the thing, man. You know, like I said, a lot of these women, they come on a whole lot, all type of problems, issues. You know, they just come with extra baggage, and like I said, it sounds harsh, you know, but hey, it is truth. It's truth, and it hurts. You know, a lot of women, you know, they're gonna come with, you know, this basically going to be like a burden. You know, so that's why, again, in that day, you're really gonna have to bring your A game. You're really gonna have to say, hey, just like us, man. You know, with the Heavenly Father, you know, Yahweh Shema Shah, we're constantly trying to, you know, stay sharp and stay on point. You know, likewise, you women, you're gonna have to be extra on point. Because you women are not exempt, despite what your daddy, what your God, your husband has taught you. All right, you women are not exempt from judgment, and we're seeing that every day, especially over the past year or so. More and more judgment has been going out to these women. You know, a lot of these women have been getting excommunicado from my, you know, I'm a John Wick fan, so you know, a lot of you women have been a lot of these women have been getting excommunicado, man. You know, deleted. You know, but without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip real quick.
Find a lot of condoms alongside the river, and I would interview the women or ask them, why do you have birth control? Why do you have condoms with you? And then their response is, well, if we're going to be sexually assaulted, at least we have protection. We can ask the man, at least, you know, wear a condom.
Because you see, a lot of these women, again, going back to this whole so-called these illegal immigrants, all right, but focusing mainly on the women that are coming over here, they already know, like, you know, they're gonna get raped, you know, taken against their will, whatever you want to call it. All right, hell, it was to a point where they were giving medical kits. You know, these agents, you know, these border patrols, or whatever you want to call them, man, they were handing these medical kits, all right, these rape kits to these women, because then, you know, again, let's be real, all right, you know, everyone knows what the deal is, man. You know, so these women, they're coming, basically, a lot of them, or some of them, they're coming prepared, man, because they know what the deal is, man. They know what the deal is. And that's why I say, hey, because this is the PG version, you know. You see, because when it's all said and done, hey, and when it's the real deal, hey, it's going to be a whole lot more gruesome and graphic and R-rated. You see, because, hey, man, a lot of these dudes with all these built-in testosterone, you know, and you know what's cold? And some of you might know who I'm talking about, who I'm referencing, but they call this guy let me just say this, because I'm going to just say his name. You look up this guy by the name of Fleece Johnson, all right? Look him up. Fleece Johnson, all right? And when you look him up, you should know exactly who I'm talking about, because, you know, I've been watching his, you know, these interviews and that he's been doing, right? Because he just got out of jail recently, you know, he got out of prison, you know. But if you look up this guy, Fleece Johnson, man, and hey, you know, I'm not even gonna say it. Just look him up, Fleece Johnson, all right, and you know, it should be clear who he is, right? But nevertheless, hey, this guy, Fleece Johnson, hey, you know, in prison, hey, you know, and I just mentioned him because, hey, he was a sodomite more so, you know. He's more attracted to men, and that type of energy, all right, the spirit that was on him, it was directed towards men. But hey, I bring him up to mention that, hey, there's gonna be a lot of Fleece Johnsons out here times 144, right? And they're gonna be coming after these women, man. They're just gonna be taking shit. Hey, like I said, it's gonna be gruesome. It's gonna be gory. It's gonna be terrible, you know. And as one of the elders, the elder Malcolm out there in Chicago, he always says, man, hey, listen, you to you women that like to ride the cock carousel, hey, listen, the time is coming where the cock carousel is going to ride you. All right, it's going to be by force, violent. All right, it's not going to be pretty, man. So you women, you want to, you know, you don't want to be a victim to this thing, or I can't even say victim, because who's innocent? You know, no one's really innocent. Again, this society teaches us to have this mentality that women are innocent, women and children are innocent, right? But I'll just say this through the spirit, man. It's just like when if women were so innocent, why is it like when it comes to the topic of women in the scriptures, man, it's like 70, 60, 70, I'll even say 80% of when the Lord is referencing women it's in a negative sense, man. You know, 70, 80% of the time when the scriptures is referencing women, man, it's not a good thing. Now you have your few examples like Sarah, Rebecca, and a few others, but that's just those are the few exceptions to the rule. Like I said, overall, man, the Lord doesn't really have any good things to say about women in the scriptures, and yet they're so innocent. You see? So playing on
either prevent a pregnancy or a sexually transmitted disease. A lot of women, they're traveling with their children, on their own, and they'll carry condoms with them, and they'll be traveling in groups of people. They'll be looking for some type of safety, so they'll look to the men in the group, say, hey, well, if I stay with you, will you take care of me? And they don't have anything to give them, so they offer themselves as collateral.
So you see, man, hey, like as I read, women are going to become a commodity. They're going to revert back to their natural possession. They're going to revert back to their natural state and be in a possession. You see, because again, this society has hyped these women up to thinking that they're, Marvel and Captain Marvel and Princess Diana, Wonder Woman, and the equal man. All that shit is going to go out the door. Like I said, when that time comes, all that shit is going to go out the door, and these women, they're going to come to understand and realize their place in the food chain. Because I mentioned this statement in the video that I did the other day about how, hey, you look at the animal kingdom, hey, that's a very cruel, the animal kingdom is harsh, it's rugged, it's a cruel place. Well, hey, the time is going to come when this society, man, it's going to be likened unto that. All right, it's going to be a dog eat dog world out here, man. It's going to get real cruel out here. And hey, that's why I said, hey, these women, they're going to find their place. They're going to understand their role in the food chain, man. Because hey, when that Lord turns that spirit up on, it's like I said, you're going to have a lot of Felicia Johnsons out here, man, tearing shit up. And these women, they're going to listen. You're not going to be able to fight against that, man. What are you going to be able to do? What are you going to do in that day, man? Because these demons, hey, once these demons get activated, man, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. For you women, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. You're going to look for that hedge of protection, all right? You're going to look for a man to protect you, as you always do, because that's your nature. You got a lot of these women talking about, I don't need no man, this and I'm independent, Miss Independent, but you're still relying on Big Daddy Esau, all right? You're still relying on the government. We're still relying on them food stamps. We're still relying on them, those welfare, the welfare, the Social Security or whatever. You're still relying on the system, which, it's hypocritical because, again, you're still in some way, shape, form, or fashion relying on the man to take care of your ass, man. You see, so it's all hypocritical, but hey, nevertheless, all this shit's going to come crumbling down, man. And, again, you women are going to learn your place in the food chain, man. You're going to learn and understand your role. You see, because, hey, like I said, like I've been saying, this is a PG version, This is PG rated. Well, when this shit comes and the scriptures talk about that, and I don't want to make it too long, this video too long, because again, the scriptures talk about how, hey, women are going to be getting ravished, raped, killed for sport, just because, again, you women, the scriptures say, you're going to be trodden down underfoot. You women are going to be treated like straight shit, man, trodden down underfoot. All right, you're going to be treated less than the dirt. A lot of you, man, but hey. Don't expect sympathy from a man of the Lord in that day if you're 2/3, if you're outside of that election, man. Because we see it now. Hey, you even got just men in general are tired of this shit. This whole feminism nonsense. This shit is played out. That's why you have all these movements, the MGTOW movement. The men going their own way. Dudes is tired of this shit. That's why you got the passport bros and all these other movements, because this shit is played out. And quite frankly, hey, we want to see order established, and that's what's coming. All right, order is about to be reestablished. you know. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and end it up there. Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And shalom to you. Hopefully, look into the next one. Shalom.